Hello guys, welcome back to another interesting video. I know that in my last video we did something about the Dutch anti-hierarchy, so this is going to be coming from somebody's POV, talking about it's coming from Joe Jack. It's titled American versus the Dutch culture work hierarchy. We talked about the Dutch anti-hierarchy in the last video, and we made some conclusions about that in that regard. So today is going to be talking about his own experience and what he has noticed comparing America to the Dutch culture in work hierarchy. Before we dive into it, my name is Oge. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, hello, hi. Do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bell. Let's check this out together. Joe Jack.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joey, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the difference between American work hierarchy and Dutch work hierarchy. Now, something that I really admire, and I really think that I wish that it was like this in the States, is the hierarchy. I really think that the way the work relationships are here, the way the work relationship with your boss is, with the cleaner, with the security guard, with your colleague, is so healthy and so different and just so much more motivating. And we're gonna go ahead and discuss that today. Now, hierarchy may sound to some of you like something that you really don't think about. But in American culture, work hierarchy is a major factor in the way that you interact with everybody at work and the way that you treat everybody socially. Hierarchy, of course, is when you have the CEO at the top of the ladder and then you have the insert bottom of the ladder. Whatever person is at the very bottom, right? And then everybody in between has a little more, which then gets a little more socially, then a little more, then a little more, then a little more. In American culture, you really have the highest respect for your higher ups. You have the highest respect, you talk to them with respect, you listen to what they say, you write down notes, and you just nod and say
exactly
yes. That is the biggest difference. Here in the Netherlands, from a lot of people that I have spoken to, my boyfriend, his friends, from my boss, right, the owner of the company that I work for, they do not appreciate that. They do not want you to just nod and say yes, or just take notes, or just do whatever they say without questioning it. They want to promote a culture in which you question what they are telling you in order to better the product. So, if my CEO, my boss, tells me something, I really, now, in my current job, it really just feels like we're one-on-one brainstorming. And that's actually what they call it, a brainstorming session. Where he bounces an idea, I say I don't like it, and he listens, which I find mind-boggling, and then he adjusts the idea, I give an idea, he listens, blah blah blah, and it just goes so on and so forth till the end, where we have created this brainstorm session that not only gave us a better product, but also gave us a better relationship and understanding of each other. I find that so extremely inspiring, because I want to go to work, I want to be with my colleagues, I want to chit chat and brainstorm, and I'm not scared to question. If you flip it around to the United States, when the CEO tells you something that he wants or that he thinks, even if you disagree, you might, if you are a very ballsy person, which means that you are very you hold your ground, you might question it a tiny bit, and not even a full-on questioning, but like secretly like say a little maybe comment, but that's about it. You would never say, oh, you know what, CEO, I completely disagree with what you're saying, because I do not agree that that is the way the product or the whatever needs to be presented. That, I think, would never happen unless you are at the highest level, right by the CEO, then okay. But anybody under that, absolutely.
Do you guys now see the difference? So when those guys were talking in the last video when they were saying the way they relate to their boss, you know, it's a little bit different from, you know, other countries. Now this is like a lifestyle, this is like his own point of view. He probably must have worked in America, and now presently he works in the Netherlands. He's now giving his own different views, like in which, I mean, I find very shocking that you can actually question your boss, right? It's not something where you, but in the Netherlands, you can actually question your boss. You brainstorm together. While in America, once your boss tells you something, you put it down and you nod and say, okay, and then you just do what they ask you to do for their company. So it's a little bit different. Is there work hierarchy in the Netherlands and in America? You answer that yourself, but let's continue the video.
Absolutely not. When I first got my job here in the Netherlands, my bosses told me that there is no way up. There is no way to climb up because there is no up. There is just out. So you go out and you take more responsibilities and more jobs, but you're still on the same level as everybody. And I really applaud them for that. And whoever does that, whichever company lives by that, please know that your employees are probably one of the happiest employees that you can have, because they understand their value and that they are actually.
I personally feel like if it's a healthy environment where you get to brainstorm with your boss, that way you are learning, you are growing. It's not just a situation whereby whatever they tell you to do, you do. It's an environment where you are learning. Just like a friend was telling me the other day that he would prefer to work in an environment where he's able to learn and grow as a person. You're not just working because you want to earn a living. You're working because it is impacting you positively, and you're seeing what you're doing and you are happy about. You see, the staff from this other company will be happier, and when you have happier staff, you are able to be more productive. They are able to be more productive. The company grows. So there is a difference, but I'm just saying my own opinion. But this is the very wide difference, and you guys can just see that there is no work hierarchy in the Netherlands. Well, according to what we can hear, right?
Actually worth something in the company. Whereas when you have that ladder, you really, when you're at the bottom, you're like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm just kind of waiting until I climb the ladder. I'm not doing anything. I'm not enjoying this moment. I just want to climb the ladder. I just want to make the time go fast so I can move up. Not even enjoying the time that you have now, which I think is a really, really big shame. Also, socially speaking, if you're in a social setting, in a work party, everybody is on the same level. Everybody socially is on the same spectrum. Everybody gets the same respect. Everybody gets the same warm welcome. In the United States, that is really not the case. The higher you climb the ladder, the warmer the welcome, the more ass kisses you get, the nicer people are, the more favors that you get. And maybe that's the same here, but you don't see it so blunt and forward, where in the States, you see it. You know it. It's just a fact. The higher you are, the more socially important you are. Ready for the statistic that is literally going to put everything into perspective. I did some research and I went and figured out the average income of each CEO. CEO in the Netherlands and the CEO in the USA. The CEO in the Netherlands earns 112,000 euros a year. And you might be thinking, wow, that's pretty good money, because here in the Netherlands, 112K is pretty good money. Now, our friends over the pond in the United States, the CEOs are averaging an income of $14 million, which is $14 million to euros, which is 12,283 euros. And now maybe that puts everything into perspective. When you are gaining millions and millions of dollars for your opinion and your leadership, you probably are going to do it with an iron fist and making sure that everybody just follows.
Oh my
When there
goodness,
is $12 million, 12 million euros at stake, it gets a little crazier. 112,000 euros? Maybe not so. But I think that that has a lot to do with the whole social aspect.
Of course,
now,
yeah.
I want to know your opinion as always, so please comment below on your thoughts on, first of all, this hefty price tag and on the hierarchy and what you think about it. And maybe you are from a Dutch company that does have hierarchy. That I would love to know about. As always, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't, habanero, subscribe.
You know what, guys, I'd love to know your opinions and thoughts concerning this conversation, because I feel like it is I mean, it's very funny comparing the amount a CEO in the US earns to what the CEO in the Netherlands earns. It's a very wide gap. Like, it's a very, very wide gap. It's like triple, 4 times the amount the CEO in the Netherlands earns. And you know, it's just a different work experience according to him. But I mean, we'd love to know, what are your opinions and thoughts? Do you think there is hierarchy in the Netherlands? But it's not very obvious. Yeah, I feel like there's still some places where this hierarchy thing works, maybe in some Dutch companies. Or is it a general thing that there's no hierarchy in the Dutch company? Like, it's not their thing. And I mean, in America, according to what he said, you know, and talking about how much they earn, I mean, that's a lot of money. To be honest, that's a lot of money. And yeah, so what are your opinions and thoughts concerning work hierarchy in America and in the Netherlands? Quite distinct, very different. One is more soothing, one is more than the other. What are your opinions and thoughts concerning this? Do want to like, share, subscribe. Drop in the comment sections your opinions and thoughts there, and we can just continue the conversation, especially if you work in a Dutch company and you've worked in an American company, or just experiences concerning work hierarchy in either America or in the Netherlands. Your opinions will be welcomed and we can build from there. Do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.